Why in the world would a city try to prevent 13 of their police officers, their police chief, and a city councilman from being subpoenaed to get on a stand and testify? Let's talk about this. Now, on Friday this week, they are going to be having a gag order hearing in Decatur, Alabama regarding body camera footage being leaked of the unaliving of Steve Perkins by a Decatur police officer. The whole point of the gag order hearing is to try to figure out who leaked it and how it got leaked. The chief of police, Todd Pinion, 13 lieutenants and captains in the police department, and also James Marquette, Mac Marquette's father, the person charged with murder, and Councilman Hunter Pepper and ALEA Director Christina Bennett and 2 other State Bureau investigations were all subpoenaed for this hearing to come testify. Well, on Monday, a Decatur City Attorney, Chip Alexander, moved that the officers be released from their subpoenas or the subpoenas be squashed altogether. He argued that when they received the body camera footage from that night, ALEA gave them permission to do whatever they wanted to with it, and that if the body camera video had been leaked, it was prior to the gag order. Therefore, it's okay. The motion further states if the video was received and released by anyone, it would have been prior to the request or entry of the gag order. Even though the investigating agency gave the city permission to do whatever it chose with the video, the decision was made that even though the release of the video would be favorable to the city, why don't you just go out and say that you believe Marquette's innocent? To assure the integrity of the criminal process, the city would not release the video or comment on it. Well, when Marquette was indicted on January 5th, they decided that they were going to show the video to the entire police department, to every officer. They considered it mandatory to provide the video to the sworn personnel so they could see what happened and what ALEA had determined. The video was stored on a thumb drive and given to supervisors and lieutenants to play on their shifts and discuss. That's right, they allegedly showed that body camera footage to every single personnel in the Decatur Police Department before Steve Perkins' family even saw it. Let that sink in. Now, they further argue in the motion that there is no rational or legitimate reason for having the entire police command staff appear for the hearing. He calls it an unprecedented overreach and argued that having all police supervisors in one meeting was a public safety concern. Y'all don't think it's a safety concern when the entire Decatur Police Department is harassing protesters, but I digress. Now, 11 signed affidavits from police supervisors were attached to the motion, along with an email from a captain on January 30th that instructed lieutenants to show the video until all sworn members of Decatur PD had seen it. Administrative Division Commander Captain Rick Archer received the body camera footage as part of his job duties. I asked the investigator providing me if there was any restrictions on what we could do with the video, and he said it was ours and we could do what we want with it. We anticipated releasing the video in response to misrepresentations we were seeing in public discussions. He wouldn't elaborate on what those misrepresentations were. After Marquette was indicted, they determined that it was necessary to share the evidence with other officers. Necessary to share with their entire police department, but not the public or the family. Okay. The body cam was then copied into a thumb drive by me and given it to Lieutenant Clem, who passed it to other lieutenants in the department to show it to their officers under their supervision. Silvestri, Chief Todd Pinion, and Captain Justin Lyon all say in their affidavits that they made the decision to share the video in order to give their officers a thorough and fuller understanding of what was going on. I also showed the video to select city officials, meaning more than likely Councilman Hunter Pepper, who's been subpoenaed, probably saw it, at least in my opinion, but did not provide a copy or access to make a copy to them, the chief claims. Now listen to this right here. Alabama Code 3621-212 states that a custodial law enforcement agency of a body camera video may only disclose a recording to individuals or personal representatives of individuals who appear in the video. The statute does not apply to the exchange of recordings between law enforcement or prosecuting agencies, meaning that law enforcement officers, free game. They can see it. Prosecutors, they can see it. But If Pinion showed it to city officials, such as Councilman Hunter Pepper, wouldn't that be a big problem? What city officials did you show it to, Todd Pinion? Because if I'm understanding this statute right, that might have been a big no-no. The gag order hearing is set for Friday, and honestly, it just blows my mind that an entire police department is fighting so hard not to testify. What do y'all got to hide?